Hey, what's up, Kabroda crew? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome back for today. We got some messages in the chat already, I see. Um, People are excited about that trade we had yesterday, which actually played out pretty well. Yeah, we did had a nice drop down there. I'm going to head on over to the chart and we'll kind of take a look at it real fast before we get into the what the battle box is actually doing today. But yeah, let's head on over to the chart. So this is our trade from yesterday. We were kind of looking at this flag. It did end up breaking up a little bit more than I would have thought it would, but as soon as you broke that breakdown line there, get in, you got that nice move down, and then it basically went right to target, a little bit past, but yeah, nice trade. That's why we do it. That's what we were kind of looking for with the battle box, and then after that we kind of had to run back up, and then just really just kind of sideways chop for the rest of the day. Yeah, I mean, even if you said this was the first drop and waited for that pullback here and took this, that'd be good too. Take it off when it breaks at 5-minute 21. Yeah, it was a good trade. So good job if you got into that. Hopefully y'all did. Yeah, let's just jump right into the battle box, kind of see what's happening for today. See what trades we could get into today, I guess. So I'm gonna head on over to ChatGPT. We got our battle box system kind of up here, ready to go, and we'll just go straight into it. So I'm just gonna hit the daily market review button and get started with it. Sweet. So it looks like we're gonna need what we always need: 4 hour, 1 hour, 50-minute, and 5-minute market reviews. We're gonna need the 4 hour, 1 hour, 15-minute, and 5-minute time frame screenshots. And then we're gonna need the FRVP levels and the 30-minute candle. So we're gonna head on over to Trading View. 4 hour first. We'll just get all these screenshots. If you don't know how to screenshot, if you haven't been here before, it's Windows key Shift and S if you're on Mac. I mean, not Mac, sorry. If you're on Windows, I'm going to turn off the lines here for us and get rid of this. Sweet. Then you just double click all of these, make sure they're nice and visible for the battle box. Then we'll screenshot Windows key Shift and S, and then you just drag over, grab the screenshot, and then paste it into ChatGPT. Go to 1 minute or 1 hour, same thing. 15. And 5-minute. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the 1 hour, so it's easy, and we're going to grab our FRVP. So if you don't know where that is, go to the crosshairs over here on the left. Then you're going to go down 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. This one right here. Click over on it, and then you're going to go down the fixed range volume profile. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the previous day. So yesterday would have been the 5th. We're going to go to the 5th at 7 o'clock in the morning, and then at 7 o'clock today, and that'll give us our levels for today. So I already have them drawn on here. If you don't have them on here, you can just press Alt-J to throw a line on here, just like this, and then you can go up here and change the color to whatever you want, and also to change the text right here to whatever you want, and it will come up over here. And then you can change down here if it's on the top or the bottom or in the middle or where it's at on the line. Like if you want it on the left side maybe instead of the right. But yeah, it's pretty easy, pretty simple to change. For now though, I already have them on here, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab them and drag them. Make sure we get them all nice and lined up. Just like that. And then we're going to take these 24 hours off real fast, and we're going to go and do the morning ones. So you just take your FRVP that's already up here. You're going to grab the back side of it. Then you're going to pull it to 3 o'clock this morning. Just like that. That'll give you your morning FRVP levels. So I got mine already on here. Same thing, I'm just going to click and drag. Boom, boom, boom. Make sure you get them all nice and lined up. Just like that. And then the last thing we're going to do is I'm going to take this off, and I'm just going to get a screenshot of this. That last thing for FRVP levels. Just like that. Nice little screenshot of the levels, and then the side over here for so you can see the numbers easily. And then I'm going to take those off real fast and put back on my 24-hour ones. And these, I'll do the same thing, so just take a screenshot basically of this whole area here. And then the last thing that we're going to have to do for the market recap is we're going to have to get the 30-minute candle. So if you go to the 30-minute, go to 7:30 today. And then at the top there'll be an H and L. You just see the numbers next to them. So for today it's going to be 114 to 11 for the high. And then for the low, we were looking at 113,825. And that's it for the daily market recap. That's all we need. So we got all our stuff kind of lined up right here. All those screenshots are on top, and then you can't see it because it's behind me, but you got 30-minute candle range right there. So just send it in. There you can see the 30-minute now. Okay, so we got the DMR for August 6, 2025. And we got the template all set up. So we'll head on over to the chart, kind of see what it's saying about today. And if you've never seen the battle box work, this is kind of what the DMR will look like in general. So you got your key levels of support, you got your kind of read on each of the different charts and kind of what the overall look of it is. And then you got your possible strategy for today, news alerts. It has a link to the news calendar. It's actually can't really read the real-time data, so make sure you check out this calendar every day. And then two, this is a this one's going to be for like Forex actually. So if you click on this one and then like on the left side scroll down a little bit and it'll say something like crypto calendar, you can get the actual like crypto calendar only on there. It'll just have less stuff because less of it actually affects the crypto market. Then you got different execution considerations, different weekly zones levels, and then this you can just throw into your chart if you know how to do it. If not, it's not a huge deal. You can just do exactly what I've been doing, and you won't really need this. But for now, let's start with this, and we'll go over the charts, kind of check out what is happening here and what we're thinking. Okay, so starting at the 4 hour, we got the coil under the 115, 116.2 cluster, HTF resistance shelf. So 115.2, 116.2. So about 115.2 is about there, and then 116.2. Wow, it's like way up here. So you kind of got this zone here that it's saying. Something like that. So we're coming up, kind of falling off, coming back up, trying to hit that, and then weren't able to have success breaking above the 200 there, and actually like coming up into the zone, breaking it. So we really rejected off that zone, kind of break down. We didn't reject hard, we just kind of fell off it a little bit, really just sideways. MACD's turning positive. Well, actually, MACD's not turning. MACD is positive for right now. So as you can see, we kind of got that curve up here. This is positive, comes down, kind of breaks off the bottom and starts to come positive again, like almost like we're gonna have another wave. But right now it's starting to curl back over and break through. So it looks almost like it's gonna turn bearish pretty soon. But for now it is saying somewhat positive. RSI is neutral to bearish. You got the RSI curling down here. The line's curling under the faster moving average, which is purple, is moving under the yellow slower moving average. So that's a bearish sign. And then you got the stochages right now are actually curling up, so that's pretty positive for that. Right now we are below the 21 on the 4 hour. So you can see the 21 came down and kind of started to scoop. So if we'd stayed in that, we'd be kind of looking at a possible flag, like something like this. But since we broke out of that already, it looks more like we're going to be continuing to the downside right there, based off patterns. So I would say overall the 4 hour chart's looking more bearish than bullish. Go to the 1 hour. So 1 hour, we'll take this off to get rid of it. Okay, 1 hour we got a micro bull flag, is what it's saying. Forming over 114.2. So let's try talking about this flag here. Which would take us up to basically that 200 again. So as this 200 kind of comes down here, we'll have let's get a pin real fast. Have kind of consolidation here, breakout, hit that 200, possibly break up, but most likely break down. Is at least what the battle box is seeing on pattern wise. So could be good, but as of right now we are starting to break down below it. So you will have to get a close below it for it to actually count as a break of this structure. And then the other thing I'd be looking for is to break that 21 for it to confirm that pattern, just based off patterns. That's what I'd be looking at. The other thing to be watching is we do have this 200 coming down, and then you got the 21 coming up. So if we do hold this 21, we're going to most likely see a kind of flag form here and then a fire up. Indicator wise, MACD is currently down, so we got a bearish looking MACD for right now. Technically for right now it is still considered bullish because we are still above the medium line, but as soon as this breaks down and we start to cross that slower moving average, we'll see it turn bearish. RSI is kind of the same as the 4-hour middle line. Slower, both of them are kind of just middle 50 level, and the slower moving average is faster moving average is breaking through the slower moving average right now. So you got the purple breaking through yellow, and then you got stoaches curling down on the bottom. So overall, I would say more same kind of thing. It's looking more cautiously bearish. I'm going to say bearish, but Spirit Maker saying 5 minutes going below 200, and the 2130 MA just crossed down on the 50 MA. Sweet. Excuse me. We'll take a look at that in a second. Spirit Maker, I'm going to head to the 15 first. Okay, so the 15 we got compression under 114.222, 113.814. So we kind of got this, which is essentially the flag that we were just looking at, but we got this nice compression here, kind of just bouncing up and down in between the two. But I wouldn't be super excited about that. You are actually below the 21 on here, which if it was going to fire, I would have been looking at something like this. We'll be looking at something like this, kind of like a nice flag, but as you can see, we started to, and then we kind of broke down out of that, so not something I would be excited about. The MACD is crossing downwards, so you got a bearish MACD as of right now. You got bearish stoaches, you got the, or not stoaches, sorry, bearish RSI, you got the curling here on the slower moving average, and then the faster moving average is already broken through the slower and it's continuing downwards. Stoaches are actually at the bottom, so for now they're bearish, but they look like they could go more bullish pretty soon. So same thing with the 15-minute. We are looking overly pretty bearish. 1 hour and 4 hours still look like they could use a little bit more of a push to kind of flip completely bearish, and then 15 minutes definitely seeing we most likely will get that push. 5 minute. So this is where Spirit Anchor was saying we're going below the 221, so we cut that break below the 21 here, and like we say all the time, once you break the 21, you go straight to the 200 a majority of the time. You can see it here. You can see we did break it here. We didn't go down there, but come back up, break it again, go straight down. Started to break it here, but ended up bouncing off of it, and then broke it here, straight down, broke it there, straight down. So you can see, like, majority of the time we do end up turning back to that 200 after we break the 21. But for now, we got the breakdown below the 21, breakdown below 200, so we're actually crawling down. 200 or 21 is starting to cross all of the other moving averages and starting to show us that we are going to get a nice, like, curl over down. MACD is actually telling us we're about to slow down on the drop here. And then you got RSI is completely bearish with yellow over top of the purple, and we're crossing down below the 50. Stoaches are semi-middle ground. They are technically bearish, but they also are starting to curl, so they're looking more like we're going to fire bullish, at least for a pullback or something here. Weekly PO3 POC is around 113.570. Yeah, it might be. I don't really have it drawn on my charts, but it could be Maker. I don't have the weekly POC drawn on my charts. There actually is. It's funny though that because if we go back to ChatGPT, the weekly zone references right here. We got the weekly support and weekly resistance, and weekly support is actually like right at that level that you're talking about. I mean, it's a little off. You're saying 113.570, and it's talking about 113.195, but that's kind of just like a little zone right there. So that's pretty close, really, to each other, especially for Bitcoin. Okay, so the summary for the battle box is it's saying market is compressing inside the intraday trading with HTF pressure above, small coil forming under the POC and VAL boundary with the POC and VAL boundary with upside attempts lacking follow through. You got these key, excuse me, got these key support and resistance levels, which you can see right here. We already got all these from just straight from the getting the FRVP things down here, so no big rush on those. Your breakdown level, they are, let's make sure, but they should be pretty close to the so they got 14 to 11. So that's pretty close to the volume area high. Like it's 50 or so off of the all-time, or not all-time high, the volume area high. And then you got the breakdown at 13,825. So that's like right under the volume area low for the morning ones. So if you just use those, that's basically what you'll see. No calendar uploaded, so let's see if there's any news real fast. So for the 6th, we actually have no real news. We have a small impact trade balance update on here, but that's about it. Not anything to be worried about. That's actually supposed to happen. Actually, it doesn't have a date or a time, so. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, we don't have to really worry about that one. It doesn't have a time or anything on it either, so nothing to worry about. Execution considerations. Longs only available above 114.211 with green breakout of the LTF confirmation. Shorts triggered only below 113.825 with volume and breakout of the volume area low. So we actually did get a breakout of the volume area low right now. So if you go check it out, we got this breakout here. Let's make sure we got a close. So we want to see this come up and retest this, and then we'd be kind of looking at a trade here, depending on. I mean, you do gotta watch, make sure it's actually showing that you're going to break down, but yeah, I mean, if it does go up and retest here, that's what we're kind of watching for. Again, not financial advice, just for education purposes only, but we are looking for, that's what we're kind of looking for to trade, paper trade. Maybe a nice retest here. Spin maker, you think 13,770 could be the bottom for the day? Yeah, Maybe. I don't know. I don't. I'm not seeing. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we could see that breakout, but everything I've kind of been looking at, I see a down move coming. Pretty decent down move too, because everything's kind of turning downwards. 4 hour, I guess, is somewhat iffy. We could go up from here. The 1 hour, it's the same way. So I guess it really kind of depends on what the 15 and the 5 minute do. But the 15 minute does look like we have a lot more room to the downside, and then the 5 minute is looking honestly pretty similar. We could see a little pullback here and then a drop down even lower. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm looking at possibly the retest here, which this actually could have been it right there. We did look more into that, but then I'm going to be looking at, yeah, about here, 13,195 or so. Something maybe off these kind of thing. Something just a little bit below those. Honestly, that was probably it. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at, is that breakdown here from here down. But it does honestly look like we could come up a little bit more before we break down. I don't know, we'll see. We'll check out the battle plan real fast, and then maybe we'll come back and check that out before we get off. So for the battle plan for today, price positions inside 30-minute range, coil, volume layer, compression under the POC, no climbacks, HDF, context, 4-hour coil under major resistance cluster. So the current state is neutral bias with breakout risk towards resistance or fade back to support. Traps are very likely. So the primary attack routes. So we got the breakout push at 114.211. That's the trigger. We'll get the 15-minute close. What's the 5-minute flag and a volume spike there. And then we'll be targeting like 14,648 essentially. If there's like a big wick or a volume stall, that's kind of where we stop looking at that. And the other one I'd kind of be looking at is that breakout, which it shows right here. And we'd get in at 113, or breakdown, sorry, 113.825, which is essentially what we've kind of already broken right now. So if we go back to trading view, that's essentially the volume area low. So we kind of broke it right there. Could have that retest here, and then that'd be essentially the trade right there that we're looking at. We got the volume sweep of the volume area low and the LTF breakdown. You got the target zones of 113.526 to 113.195. So that's that last level is kind of where I have mine set at for right now. The one thing you're going to be watching out for is the reclaim of 13,962. So we did have that retest, and honestly that could be it right now of what we're looking at. So these are the zones to be watching out for, so that kind of already pointed them out, but if we're going to the upside, then we're looking at 114.136 for a possible resistance zone until it breaks it, and then we're looking at 114.648 We're going to the downside. We're looking at 113.526 for possible resistance or possible support. And then if that is broken, we'll be looking at 113.195 for possible support. Again, we don't have any news, so nothing to be worried about. So essentially what we're going to be doing is kind of sitting out waiting for that price to break down like it is right now, honestly. So I would have been, yeah, that's where I would took it. But honestly, you still take it right there. And then you're watching for, I put my stop out, but essentially you're running it like this, almost like you really want to be out if it's going to come up and start to break that. Well, I guess more, give it a little space maybe, but essentially you're waiting for that to break and break down if you're looking at this trade. Nice. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we're looking at for today. If it does start to break up, you know the rules. If you are doing something like this, breaks that 5-minute 21, I'd get out. Which right now, wow, really just exploded there. Actually, would be time to get out. Yep. Yeah, good thing. Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why you put your stops out, I guess. Because if you did have that, you could have seen that move, and then we got out here, and that was a major liquidation. Like, just went up and got people out, basically. Also went down and got people out too. That's a sketchy candle. Big Darth Maul candle. Yeah, I guess that's what I kind of get. We should have waited and got that confirmation there. Yeah, this will kind of confirm which way we're gonna go. Most likely the next like 1 or 2 candles after this one. Which indicators kind of turning around right here, at least on the 5. 15-minute are showing they could curl right here. I don't know why MACD's not loading in. There we go. Yeah, we'll see. Next, like 1 or 2 candles, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I would be paper trading right now. There is not a lot of. The market is kind of all over right now. It's very wishy-washy. And I would be, even if you're like trying to do real ones, I'd be looking at more of a longer stop. I'd be looking because of this kind of thing. Just people playing with the market, trying to get you out of your position, because I'm sure a lot of people did have that kind of position like I was showing. But yeah, that's about it for the live today. We'll see kind of how this plays out today. See if we can get another short off of this. But again, if we do see that break of the 5-minute and close, we'll be out. And if we really, I'd be looking at getting out whenever you see this nice 113.969. Yeah, that is sketchy when you see that, especially when you have a live trade on Spirit Maker. That is not something you want to see. Yeah, like even now it's still like, what is this thing doing? But yeah, we'll just be looking for that. If it does end up breaking back in here, we just say this trade don't want it anymore, and we'll be looking for either trade here or a trade here, possibly depending on how it moves around in this zone. If we see that breakdown, we'll be looking for a trade more like this, and if we see that breakup, we'll be looking for this kind of thing. But for right now, charts are really pretty neutral. They were looking more bearish, I would say, at least to me, but they definitely are neutral right now. They can kind of flip either way depending on which way we kind of get some action. For right now, I'd just be watching this for one, because this is the system, so you're looking at getting that, but making sure you don't get a crazy move up. But yeah, hopefully y'all have a good day. Make sure you check out our daily market recap whenever it comes out. We'll be going over kind of what happened yesterday. Check out our TikTok and also our X accounts. We'll have the daily levels posted on our X account, and then we have some cool shorts on the TikTok. So make sure you check all those out. Like and subscribe, and then we will see y'all tomorrow. So happy trading for today. Don't get caught in the wish-washy market, and I'll see you next time.